The Cranberries said it once. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? And on that note, please be welcome to the first episode of my channel dedicated to Planet Coaster Consolidation. My name is Ray, and yeah, I do get very nervous in the queue line before riding a roller coaster. But don't tell anyone. Hello Plankonians, and welcome to the first episode of the Adrestia Resort Park. In today's video, you'll get to meet the right side of this creation, and in another video, you'll get a tour for the left side of the park. This is the main entrance. Of course, it's a dock plaza that I built 4 months ago. And, well, I like it because in here, the guests get to decide if they go to the right side of the park, to the left side of the park, if they enjoy the view, or maybe they're hungry or thirsty. You know, there's all this food section in here. So let's start. Of course, the environment is all tropical. So, you know, to give the illusion that we are in a real beach place. Because, well, that's actually a lake, right? But anyway, so from here, after these palms and chairs that we have, the benches, you'll get to see the start of the main street for this park. And those are some staff facilities. Alright, so in order for the guests to reach to all the attractions over here, they will need to walk all over this place, all over the streets. Yes, it was intentionally built like this because, you know, when you go to a park, yes, the attractions, the roller coasters are good and are exciting, but the scenery is also a big part of it. So I just decided that it will be like a good idea to create it. And well, let me just change here the way that we're going to explore this little world. Maybe you're already familiar with this cheat that we all use, the Plipkin. So here we go. Yeah. Alright. So let's just start with this attraction. That is actually a queue line. And it was created originally as it was a stage for a concert, a mini concert over there. But then I changed my mind, and like 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, I switched it to a outdoor cinema. So you will get a chance in a minute to explore that section. Of course, this park is built 95% by me because I used some blueprints that I found on the Xbox workshop. If I didn't mention before, yes, this was built in Xbox. The first generation of Xbox, actually. Adrestia. That name is for this roller coaster. That's, of course, the name of that roller coaster. It's the same name of the park. I just love it. If you're interested, maybe I'll tell you the story of why I picked up that name, but in another time. So, from here, it starts the entrance of this area, which is the auto cinema. You can see it right there. And all this section is for guests that want to see the movie, not in an actual car. Or maybe they just didn't get tickets, or maybe this is because they don't have a car. But anyway, so as you can see, all the band names over there is because this was originally for that concert stage. and I just decided to leave them there because, well, why not? This is my park and I do whatever I want, right? Anyway, so that screen was designed by me too. I haven't uploaded to the workshop yet because I want to add some more details with the new DLC that we have, the Studios pack, yes. And once it is finished and complete, I'll let you know, and you can find it on the workshop too. So this roller coaster, just to let you know too, that it was not this is not the result that I have in mind. Maybe this has happened to you before, that you have like an idea in your head, you start building a roller coaster, and then you ended up with something totally different. And this is one of those cases. So yes, this roller coaster is very exciting. When I close the park, because yeah, sometimes I do that and I open it again, the first attraction that the guests always ride is this roller coaster. And that tells me that they love it, and that makes me feel like happy. And also, as you can see, all those supports over there in that little hill, all those were created by me. Yes, it's now I can see that it's very simple to do it and very easy to do it, but back then it was a pain in the butt because I never played Planet Coaster before. I was a roller coaster tycoon guy for PC for many years, since 1998, maybe 1999. And this is the first time that I have an approach to Planet Coaster, and it is in console. So yeah, the controller is quite different than the mouse and whatever. So anyway, and over here we can see more band names: Gorillaz, Evanescence, movie, Kashmir. Of course, Kashmir is here. Scorpions, so on and so forth. Which one is over here? Oh yeah, the Foo Fighters, OC, Smiths, Guns N' Roses, Pantera, Joy Division, Justice. I think that I have been in concerts of all these bands, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Queens of the Stone Age, Fools, yeah. Alright, so here's the start of the queue line for an attraction that is actually a little far away, and I just decided to build the queue line after a section of cute scenery, you know. But still, people want to ride this flat ride. I don't know why. I mean, I think that maybe I ride it when I was a kid. I'm not sure, honestly. But I don't like it. And I will not ride it if I had it in front of me. I mean, I do respect, I know that most of you guys love this attraction, but I just don't. And it surprises me that in all the parks that I have built, this attraction gets the attention of many guests, and they don't mind waiting in line for hours or maybe days, well, you know, in Planet Coaster time, to ride it. It's crazy, but anyway, so let's just go back to the main street because we need to go to another attractions over here. Yeah, we need to walk among these people. They seem happy. Who wouldn't, right? In this park. Anyway, as I was telling you before, the name on the right that says Adrestia was intentionally created for the park, but then I changed my mind and I decided to put right in front of this roller coaster because I named this roller coaster as the park. But in order for you to see it completely, or the guests to see it completely, they'll need to ride it, you know, and they need to go all over here too. This is a tip that I'm giving you. Yes, the queue line, the long queue lines or large queue lines are good, but if you can build a pre-line section, a pre-queue line section that is also long, the guests will not get mad, you know, because this is the only in and out way or in and out path. There is no other way that they can go. But this is not actually a queue line, so the guests are not mad. See what I mean? Or do you understand what I mean? All right. Let's hope so. This section is the main headquarters or the main facility for this VIP people or VIP guests. These beds for massages were built using spooky DLC, because I don't think that those curtains are included in the standard version. This is not uploaded yet, but if you want it, just let me know in the comments if you want this, and I can upload it for you, as well as these sun beds. Yeah, I can upload this in the workshop. Again, this now looks pretty easy to do, but back then it took me like, a hard time to actually build it as the way as I had it in my mind, because yeah, it's not that easy, and the foot of the beds, oh my god, those are, in order for me to understand how it works, it took me more than a night. And this is not water, of course, this is just roof, the metal roof painted in blue, to give the illusion that you have an actual pool over here. So unless Frontier see this video and hear all the suggestions that we have to add water features in the parks or in this game, we have to stay with this. All right, so let's just take at the night, and you will be like seeing this. I love this, because it reminds me many of my trips that I've made to the beach here in Mexico, and I just love it, Anyway, so yeah, this section is for VIP people. This is not allowed for regular guests, and well, let's just move on. So this is still not a queue line. This is just the way or the path to get the queue line, and the guests are not mad at all. So let's just continue. This is a nice bridge, and voila, this is actually the entrance for the queue line. It's not that large, and but still it's, people are happy. I think that the scenery and the details around it helps a lot for the people to be willing to spend more than 2 hours, maybe 3 hours waiting in line for just riding this roller coaster. This is actually a section with 2 pools, and in the middle we have a bar. I haven't added more details here because, once again, I'm out of capacity for this all-wall thing. But once I have it, I will update this park and I will add more details and more things. I love that word. Alright. And this is part of the queue line. From here, there is more sunbath sections. Some guests can just see the movie from here, And also they'll get to see when the train of the roller coaster just passes by. That's a nice view, I think. But anyway, let's just move on. All the details in here. Wait, okay. Yeah. It would be great when we were able to add videos or personal videos, to just get into those screens. And of course, custom audio too. Anyway, these supports and these emergency staircases were completely made by me. Those staircases took me like 4 days maybe to complete. Yeah, I'm not that good as you guys. Sorry. I'm a beginner. So yeah, it took me more time than regular person. So just bear with me, please. And this is the Adrestia name. You see? Now you had a chance to get it completely because you are on the roller coaster. Those letters are not built by me. Those are one of the blueprints that I use here in this park. I can't remember the name of the guy that made it, but after this video is published, I will credit his name or her name on the description, because I think it's important. And that's also for anybody that is watching. If you steal other people's creation and publish as your own, that's not good, man. Doesn't matter if you're a kid or a grown-up person. That's not good. Okay, just don't do it, please. It's always better to say, hey, I like your creations. Can I use it? Can I give you credit? Be a bigger man here. Just stop doing that. Stop stealing stuff. That's not good. Anyway, so let's just write it, because I think that everybody wants to write it, right? And as always, I'd get very nervous in the queue line before riding a roller coaster, because yeah, that's me. Alright, so let's just wait for the train to get in here. Come on. Come on, little train. Okay, he's near. Yes. I don't think that I'm sure, but I believe that if you choose this tropical environment, the skin color of the people is different. I don't know, I just noticed that. Like a tan, like a nice tan after, spending 2 days on the beach or something like that. Anyway, let's just find out later on. So here we go. This is the journey of the Adrestia roller coaster. I hope you like it. Yes, summertime. Yes, more airtime. And now a little splash. So yes, this was the Adrestia roller coaster. I hope you enjoy it, as I did. Alright, so let's just go to the exit part and just continue. Of course, the guests in this will be choosing if they leave the area or they want to ride it again. But once more, the queue line is not that long, but the people, in order to get there, need to walk and enter this facility. So that's a tip that I'm giving you. Maybe you already knew that, or you just find out, but this is a nice tip, right? So let's continue with the main street until we get to this point. What's happened? Okay, sorry. Suddenly the controller just plays other instructions. Anyway, so in here we have more staff facilities, more shops sections, because there is always time for a refresher or a snack. And as you can see right there, that's a stage that I haven't used in some of the parks that I've created, because there's always a chance too to present respect to music, to good music. So I just decided to use it here, and this is the area of the actual concerts on the sand, and I think that's pretty good. Back there is another roller coaster. The story of that roller coaster is actually very interesting because it was nothing as I planned in my mind, but the name of this park was that roller coaster's name. But since it was used for the park and the roller coaster that we already ride, the name of that is now Alexis. But we'll get there in a minute. So this is the main stage. I had to mention that when I built this, we didn't have any of the DLCs, so it was all made with the standard version of the Planet Coaster Console Edition. That's it. This was made on December, I think. Yeah, on the 27th of December, 28th, because it was right after Christmas when I built this stage. And I feel very proud of it. Yeah, it took me like forever to do it, but I just did it. I'm trying to see why is not music being played here, because I remember to set this roller coaster to play some music. But I think that you will get to hear that only if you write it. I'm not sure. But okay, but that's another. Let me just check. Sorry, I need to check why, because I don't like getting questions unsolved. Yes, I remember that. Yeah. Now it came to my mind. In this roller coaster, in order for you to watch, I'm sorry, to hear the music, because music can't be watched, you need to write it. So yeah, that's another excuse for us to write it. This is the queue line, actually. The stage is the queue line for all the people to get in. The lights, the lights changing or switching lights were made with color lights. That I switched the looping, settings differently, so they will not switching at the same time, giving the illusion that the flashes and light dancing situation will be more realistic. Right? So this is the Alexis. If there are some gamers here watching this video, you already know the relationship between Alexis and Adrestia. Two days before I built this roller coaster, I was playing Assassin's Creed. So I noticed the relationship between the boats here, well, the train that is actually a boat, and the game that I just played, So that's when it came to my mind to name it Adrestia, because that's the name of the ship of the main character on that game. But then I switched my mind to, to have that name for the park. And since this roller coaster was unnamed and I wanted it to be related to that original idea, I decided to get the main character's name into this roller coaster. So that's why it's called Alexis. Yeah, it's, like a very dark history or very dark reason for me to do it. But, well, that's it. That's where the ideas came from, right? So, all this roller coaster is themed like in paradise jungle or paradise sea place, inspired in the Caribbean colors. So that's why you have all this turquoise or blue or I don't know, that's aqua. Those bright colors that get the idea of being into the sea or near to a beach place. So as you can see, I decided also to add here trees, which I believe it gives the impression of being like into a jungle. So let's just try to ride this roller coaster, because I know that you want it. Yeah, but the boat that is right in the station, about to go out. Okay. And for this, I think that the best way is going for with the orbit, flying orbit camera option, so you can see, you know, the details. This is the first hill, the small one, just to push the boat actually to the sea, or in this case, the lake. And now we're going to the left hill. I love this turn. I don't know why, it's a little bit wild, and I just love it. And also the second one, which is this one. Nice splash, of course, you know. And that's it. That was the Alexis roller coaster strip. Yes, I like this roller coaster a lot. I've never been into one of this kind. I believe in Mexico we don't have this, and I'll definitely, if someday I go to a park and they have this, I'll ride it. And I think that it's time now to ride this one, which is called Bacalar. Bacalar is the name of a famous lake here in Mexico near Cancun that has 7 colors of blue into that lagoon or lake, as you wish to call it. And okay, let's just ride it. And there's the music that was missing, so this stage is always used as a station for any roller coaster that I built. I mean, it's pretty obvious, right? And all over there you can see Christmas lights, all colored into a same shape, but those are actually Christmas lights. So here we go. I can't wait to have the next gen Xbox, because I'll get to be able to add more details since you know I'm at 100% of the Oswald counter. There is a lot of pending details that I want to add in here in this section. So if any update comes along, I'll let you know. In the meantime, well, we need to stay with what we have, right? All right. So that was it. That was Bacalar roller coaster. And as I mentioned before, I can't wait for Frontier to release the feature in which we can add music or, you know, video, but mostly music to have this more realistic. In this section, in all these within all these trees, I had previously a lot of color lights, all programmed or set up to, you know, change from time to time into colors. But as it was using a lot of RAM or capacity with my Xbox, I just decided to remove it because it caused me some issues, visual issues. So yeah, it will be added once more when I have the Xbox Series X, because it's nothing as in comparison with the original idea that I had in mind. So I want to finish it. I want to add all those details. So that's pretty much the right side of this park. Of course, the VIP section, the pools. You know, this is how it looked like at night. I hope you enjoy it, and let's just wait for the incoming video in which we are going to meet the left side of the park. I promise to be more well, to have more tools here, because I need to edit the video and so on, and I'm limited with software. I used to use Sony Vegas, but that was in another computer, so I need to import all those softwares into this one. So bear with me, please. And well, thank you all for watching, and just